Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Sports with Monga. And it is done, and La Madristas have done it again. It is the 15th Champions League win for Real Madrid, beating Dortmund 2-0. What a final, what a game. It's just been exciting, and I've just been reeling out of the whole excitement for the whole 24 hours, guys. The game is almost, it's been a wild morning. Watching the game as well, and kind of adjusting and absorbing what all has happened. So if you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Champions League final is done, and we now look forward to the next season of the Premier League, the La Liga, the Bundesliga, the Italian League, and also the Champions League. So if you want to be on the journey, hit the subscribe button, and let's get into the review of the Champions League final. What a game it was. The lineups were announced very early, as almost like beat us if you can. If you can do something, it's like a show of intent from Real Madrid. And soon the Borussia Dortmund came, team lineup came. Vinícius Júnior, Rodrigo, Bellingham, the top three. Kroos, Camavinga, and Federico Valverde, Mendy, Nacho, and Rudiger, and Carvajal in the back with Thibaut Courtois in the goal. What an interesting match for Toni Kroos to come up to playing 11 at his final game for Real Madrid. He will hang up his boots and then only play at the Euros for Germany. That will be his last before he retires completely. But then it's done. And Vinícius Júnior, Rodrigo, the goal scorers, with Jude Bellingham scoring crucial goals and defending extremely hard. For Real Madrid, Mendy, Nacho, Rudiger, and Carvajal. Carvajal, the legendary, the Nacho as well, the captain, having the captain's armband representing Real Madrid in the finals. What a moment for him as well. History will always remember him like that. But then we also don't know what the future of Nacho holds. Will he stay at the club? Will he not stay at the club? A lot of discussion around that. But Thibaut Courtois, the man coming from a long-term injury, 8 months out, started a couple of games in La Liga, but also helped by the fact that Lunin was carrying some kind of an infection and injury, and he could not play as well, which made him a possible player for selection in Thibaut Courtois, because Kepa was also on the bench, but Don Mr. Ancelotti believed in the power of Mr. Thibaut Courtois, and has done what he could. What an interesting lineup for Borussia Dortmund as well. Jadon Sancho, Füllkrug, and Adeyemi. He's used it. Terzić has used this. Edin Terzić has used this side pretty well. They've got the goals. Sabitzer, Emre Can, and Julian Brandt in the middle. Ryerson, Hummels, Schlotterberg, and Maatsen in the back, and Kobel in the goal. Hummels and Schlotterberg have been absolute rocks in the defense for Borussia Dortmund, and Can and Sabitzer and Brandt have played a perfect role in supporting Füllkrug, and along with Adeyemi and Sancho. A game of two halves, I would say, a game of complete two halves. And I don't know if you're a Borussia Dortmund fan, drop in the comment section, but let me know, what do you feel about this game? How do you feel the game actually kind of panned out eventually? But I feel it was, and Madrid fans, like, get on the comments, guys. Let me know, how do you feel? Hit the subscribe button as well. But it was a game of two halves completely, with a first half almost dominance, complete domination of Borussia Dortmund. And Edin Terzić had said that he had to shoot a rallying cry to his Dortmund players before the game, said, if we are brave, we are going to have a chance. Dortmund had chances, and it fell to Adeyemi, who he went across, but then took the ball too far away. He was one-on-one against Courtois, but took the ball away, and Carvajal made a beautiful diving channel to get the ball away as well. And then Füllkrug had a beautiful ball, hit the near post, hit the post, on the inside of the post, and still kind of got cleared away. Some chances all around, but then it didn't kind of go. The ball just couldn't. Dortmund were just like all over Real Madrid in the first half. And it was interesting that the first half ended 1-0, And then everybody was like, okay, this is going to be interesting, because if Real Madrid has a sniff in the second half, they will come hard and strong. And that's exactly what happened. Dani Carvajal scoring in the 74th minute after a header from Toni Kroos, and Vinícius Júnior scoring after Jude Bellingham kind of passed the ball to him after a almost crazy mistake by Maatsen, giving the pass directly to Bellingham, who passed the ball. Bellingham who passed the ball to Vinícius, who just kind of slotted the ball goal in, and beating Kobel pretty easily. And that's kind of the game. The Edin Terzić had made the rallying cry to Dortmund players before the game, saying, if you're brave, we're going to have a chance. Borussia were more than brave in the first half. They were fearless in the face of the 14-time winners and created a host of chances that should have resulted in a first half lead. Early sighters from Federico Valverde and otherwise well-marshalled Vinícius Júnior were as effective as Los Blancos could be, while Dortmund displayed a far greater cutting edge bar the final finish. Karim Adeyemi was central to the threat. The wingers was only denied by a last-ditch tackle from Dani Carvajal after rounding Thibaut Courtois, then tested the form Madrid #1 from Julian Brandt's pinpoint through ball. Niclas Füllkrug just unable to nod the rebound back towards goal. In between, Füllkrug himself had prodded against the post from Ian Maatsen's pass and half ended with Courtois again called upon, this time to push Marcel Sabitzer's raking drive wide. A stern-faced Carlo Ancelotti emerged from the dressing room at halftime, still in discussions with often overworked Jude Bellingham and Toni Kroos, and the German midfielder playing his last game for the club took on added responsibility, calling Gregor Kobel into action for the first time after a whipped free kick. And that was a beautiful free kick, Kyle. Like, nobody hits a free kick better than, of course, David Beckham used to like whip them up perfectly well. But then Toni Kroos, what technique, like bending upon, from the wall over the wall, getting it perfectly bended right in the top corner. Kobel had to make like a couple of amazing, like just mind-bending saves there. And could Madrid find a way to tie the turn? They always seem to find a way. Madrid have, and that's the thing, guys. Madrid and Champions Leagues are like just crazy. They just do it. They just keep doing it over and over again. Absolute match scenes at Wembley, the occasion and everything. Sources were perhaps unexpected. You didn't see Vinícius or Rodrigo or Jude Bellingham, but Carvajal, determined to make history by playing his partner, joined sixth. Can you imagine, guys? Sixth Champions League win, rose highest to head and Kroos corner. Now the fear with Ancelotti had warned his player before the showpiece was gone. Bellingham and Nacho came so close to adding a second before Vinícius Júnior did, receiving Bellingham's pass and sweeping his finish from Kobel to seal a 15th win from 15th European crown for Madrid. What a game. What a game, and absolutely crazy. Some reactions coming from Carlo Ancelotti. You never get accustomed to this. It was a very difficult, much more so that we have thought it would be. In the first half, we had to suffer. In the second half, we lost the ball less and played better. But those are all trifling details. And we won, and the dream continues. Mr. Jude. Hey, Jude Bellingham. You got it, man. You got your first Champions League in the first season with Real Madrid. You made the home double. You got the La Liga. You got the Champions League as well. And that's an interesting moment for them. Toni Kroos, you know, what a moment for the legend of the game, who basically retires and hangs up his boots, his famous boots from Adidas, the Predators, the 01s, the white with the blue stripes, and he hangs his boots again for the final time for Real Madrid. And what a way to end. Thibaut Courtois just keeps telling everybody he's the best goalkeeper in the world. There's no way coming. But then for Borussia Dortmund fans and Borussia Dortmund players, Adeyemi, the young boy, would Füllkrug, Haller coming in later, and like Sancho was completely anonymous in the game, but great tactical brilliance from Emre Can playing in deep, with the defense, but then allowing both Julian Brandt and Sabitzer up. Beautiful game overall. Tactical brilliance. Carlo Ancelotti was pissed. He was pissed. He didn't like what he saw, but that's how sometimes games end, and histories are made. 16th, they're going for the 16th. They're only talking about 16th. It's like at the end of the game, everybody was like, okay, it's nothing new, guys. We do this every week, every year. Winning Champions League is second nature to Real Madrid. There are 15 guys. They have won 15 times Champions League, and it's like maddening what they have achieved. The next one is there is a gap of like who's won the most, and that's interesting for me to kind of even fathom of what has been done by the Real Madrid team. They're just like relentless, guys. They're just relentless with what they have also achieved, right? Like it's just absolutely maddening what most of them have achieved already. With Carlo Ancelotti. Exactly. Carlo Ancelotti, the first coach to win Champions League, 5 Champions League titles. Oh my God. I'm sure Pep Guardiola will be thinking, when do I kind of beat him? But then you have to see the next, like it's 14 for our friends in 14 for our friends in Real Madrid. And there's going to be a party, guys. It's just going to be absolutely mad party happening in Real Madrid. Of course, they're already there. They're already kind of putting up the trophies. It's going to be a mad celebration as well for Real Madrid. Let me know in the comment section below, what do you feel? How do you feel about this game? Where did you watch this? How did you kind of see this going through? You know, it's just like maddening to see what's happened 2014 to 2024. For in the 10 years, they've won 6 times the Champions League, and it's just absolutely insane the level of consistency these guys have over the Champions League. And it's interesting to also interesting to note, guys. It's also interesting to note that there are players in that team who have won Champions League more than any clubs have won. So absolutely maddening scenes. And it's done. The Champions League is over. Wembley was a great night. We had some intruders over the pitch. Absolutely maddening scenes. There were some bloggers who would ask to pay $3,000 if you invaded the pitch with something on the back. We had some other invaders as well. Crazy scenes there, but then that was not shown on the television. So that's interesting. But then the game had to stop for the first couple of minutes. But let me know in the comments section, what do you think? What do you feel is going to happen next year? Kylian Mbappe is possibly a heavy go for Real Madrid. So once Champions League winners, 15-time Champions League, and then they have the best forward coming through them. It's going to be very interesting to watch what's going to be the whole of the future. Borussia Dortmund, they should be proud. They had the group of death. They moved through a really hard group and beat hard teams in really interesting ways that you had not anticipated them to kind of do. And Dortmund, but then yeah, that's what Dortmund does. Like once they kind of get the feel of it, it's also very hard to kind of anticipate. Dortmund beating PSG, Bayern beaten by Real Madrid. So it's a lot of interesting things to kind of go over. Let me know in the comment section, but what do you think? Thanks for watching. I might take a break, but I might do a season review as well for different teams, for the English doubles, for the Brest Premier League team, my favorite Premier League team, my preferred team as well. So let me know in the comments, what do you want me to see? There's more content coming through for the Formula One. We have the Euros coming in, so the games are going to be reviewed as well. So do let me know what you think, and I catch you in the next one, guys. Thanks for the support for watching my videos from the Premier League, and I hope you will continue to do that in the following videos and months. So thanks for watching again. See you soon. Hit the subscribe button. Peace.